Hey everybody, this is Alex Chaparro and I am here for the next or upcoming edition of the Century 21 Circle Top Agent Podcast. And I am here with the awesome, the fabulous,
Please.
worldwide traveler,
Yeah.
Catherine Farb. Welcome, Kathy. How are you?
Hey.
And Kathy is just coming to us from a around the or on the other side of the world trip, right? Where did you go?
We went to Italy and Greece and then Montenegro and Croatia. So
Wow.
yes.
And it was like a cruise kind of thing?
It was. It was. Yeah, it was 7 days of luxury. Wow.
Now,
Food that I couldn't pronounce. And yeah, it was great.
that is awesome.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank
And
you.
let me ask you this.
Hmm.
As a realtor,
Okay.
when did you start getting cell phone withdrawals? And how many contracts did you write while you were on the ship?
Um, I that's really a good one. And you threw me off. Uh it took about 24 hours before I started freaking out because it was more the internet than cell phone. And I had other people writing contracts for me, but I did have a client reach out, a new client, while I was in Rome eating dinner saying, hey, we know you wanted to sit down and talk to us, but we got our pre-approval and we went to an open house and we want to write an offer. So I had to scramble. That was
Wow.
rough. Yes.
Wow. That is no, that is what we call full service.
Yes.
Eating dinner in across the world
Yeah.
and getting it done. So
We
congratulations.
did. We did. They
So,
closed last week.
wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. So now, since we're talking about congratulations, yet more congratulations for you. Um, of our some 850 plus agents in Illinois, you have the distinction for being within the top 21. And in fact, you were on our monthly top 21 of our top agents recognized for this month. So
Thank
congratulations.
you.
That is
Thank you.
awesome. And
I didn't know we had 850 agents, so I was like, "Oh, wow."
you are certainly leading the pack, and we are immensely proud of you and all the work that you do. And I mean, when we think about um, somebody who's on the top 21 list, uh, you just think, oh wow, that's a high producing agent. But in your case, as you can see, that you would pick up the phone while you're having dinner in where were you? In
I
Rome?
was in Rome. Yeah, I was in Italy.
in
Yeah.
in Rome, and you make the deal happen. So you're on the top 21 list because you are really at service to your clients. And so can you talk a little bit about, just how you feel about your clients and what that experience is like to just really be their advocate and that they know you could be in Rome and you're going to answer the phone.
Well, I think unlike other people, 90% of the people that I work with are somehow I have some kind of connection with. They are all an extended part of my sphere. So, and a lot of them are, I have a lot of first time buyers right now that have been at one point friends with my kids. So I feel like they're my kids. They spent a lot of time with me when they were younger, and I feel that my job is to take care of them, even other ones as well. But they're important. I want them to know that I will take care of every need.
Wow, that's amazing. It's a powerful message, and you really live it. And that being said, for a lot of our audience will be agents who aspire to have the path that you've taken to really lead the pack and be within the top echelons of their company. You know, and I don't know if this is something that happens with top producers, but at what point throughout the year, or is there a specific deal, a specific moment that pushes you over the top, that you're no longer with running with the pack, that you're in the top 21. How does that happen? Or is it an organic thing that you just have a steady flow in what you do as a practitioner?
Okay. So I believe for me, it's really more about what I did before, and it's coming to fruition now. So I am a firm believer in, even when you first start, that you volunteer, that you, if you're, whether it's with your kids, with school, the PTA, if they're in sports, the athletic association, if they play music, you need to get involved, or you find some place that you become a regular so that they know you every day. I don't care if it's a bar, I don't care if it's a gym, I don't care if it's a coffee house. The reason that I feel that I have the business that I have is truly because of those things. Because I did volunteer with my kids' stuff a lot, a lot. And I actually am a part of a gym, and I've worked with a lot of the people from the gym and, things like that.
So you let people know that you're in real estate?
Always. However, I'm not that person that says it immediately, but I get along with a lot. I try to get along with everybody, and it happens. You organically ask people what they do, and then they ask you.
Yeah, and I think it's important. I had this experience where I was taking a class, and there was a gentleman there, and I did not know that he was the owner of the school. But we had some downtime before the class started. I introduced myself. At that moment, I assumed he was a student. And then I kind of got to the idea that he may be an instructor. Then I found out that he was the owner. But I took interest in actually getting to know another human being, shake their hand. How are you? What do you think about the class? And then he started to give me some insights. And then after making that honest investment in another human being, then it came, oh, so what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, oh, I am looking for a realtor. In fact, I have an issue. I have to be able to move on something really quick. And he asked me for some advice, and I gave him a referral of one of our agents. And it without networking, it doesn't happen. You have to let people know.
Yeah. Yes. You have to be engaged in other people. I think it's, for me, I know not every agent is going to be that way. I am very engaged in communities, whether it be something that's going on with my kids that are now adults, or myself going to the gym, or when it's my husband who golfs with the same people every Sunday, and then I meet up afterwards for lunch, for cocktails, you become friends. I've picked up business from the cocktail waitress from where he golfs, just because I go and I have cocktails every couple Sundays, and just because it just works.
That's awesome. Yeah. So this is in alignment to that question. And a lot of time, there's always this big conversation within any industry of work-life balance. And I think that you could break it up into 3 distinct categories. One, you have the drive to be a number 1 agent. You want to be successful in your business. And that's a thing. That's one component of it. Then you also have to balance to be mindful and to be present for your clients vis-a-vis answering the phone when you're in Rome. It would have been perfectly acceptable not to have answered the phone.
Of course.
But you did. And so that means you're really being present for your client. So, and you talked a little bit about this, and this is, I loved what I was hearing, as far as you do things. You're at the gym, you're going and having a cocktail hour, you're doing these things. How do you do all of this and have a successful career like you do, being in the top 21 of our company, of 800 agents, over 850 agents, and be able to have you time and balance all that in?
You know what? I think if you carve out that, unfortunately, it's like anything else. You have to have it on the schedule. If it's not on your calendar, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Or you can, okay? And if you do go and you don't have, let's say you're going to the afternoon, cocktail hour once every couple of weeks. I was going to say you are working, being you and doing things, to me feels like one and the same.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are times I schedule for showings. There are times I schedule for this, but I do look, yes, I'm going. It is genuine. I am hanging with people that I enjoy their company, but I am already an outgoing person. So communicating with the cocktail waitress or the barista or the people sitting next to us that aren't even a part of our group is pretty natural for me. Yeah. So in that case, it's working, but it's not.
So and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you tell me if this is it. You personify the meaning of doing what you love.
I really do. I really do love it. I mean, there are things I don't like, but I really do. I enjoy it. I get to meet people. Most of the time it's people that I know somehow, some way, or they become people. I work predominantly with friends or family or my kids' friends. So there's already a relationship and a bond. So I really enjoy helping them, Yeah.
So I have known you for several years now, and there has not been a time that I have not seen a big smile on your face. So, or a laugh, and you just have an amazing energy. So, but real estate can be very unpredictable. How do you manage the unpredictability about it and deal with challenges that may come up in the transaction?
I cried. No, it's funny.
Oh my God, I
do,
and it feels great. That's what tear ducts were made for.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I feel that this business, you are constantly learning, even in yourself. I'm automatically not only an outgoing person, but I am an emotional person. And there are times that I really, truly have to take a step back, take my time, go in the corner, ball. Sometimes it'll take a little bit longer than others, and then come back and figure it out, because I'm sorry, not everybody isn't emotional and not everybody is a robot. And sometimes we don't handle things the best, but we've got to kind of pull ourselves away from the situation, at least try, and move on from there. And if you do show your emotions, at least the people that you're working with know that you care.
Yeah. I think that's just so well put, that it's important. A lot of people, when they look at self-care, they think, it's Pilates, it's going to the gym, it's going on a cruise. So what is self-care? And I think that you personify it so well, so beautifully, that it's the best thing that you could do is let yourself feel.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just need to take a little break. But to say, hey, I feel this and I'm going to work through it. And that is I think the truest definition of self-care. So bravo to you. And it certainly shows in allowing you to be an elite practitioner in this industry. So that is amazing. Now, how long have you been? We just sort of went right into it. So let's get to know you a little bit. How long have you been in the business?
I think I have 2005 or 2006 is when I got my license. I think that's what I have on my LinkedIn profile, but I can't quite remember. To be honest, I seem to remember that I got my license probably 2004 is probably when I started. And I actually went to Century 21 the day I got my license, and I have been there ever since.
Wow. I got my license. I've been in the business it'll be 32 years, and I passed the 20-year mark, and I didn't even know. I was just like, oh, wow, I've been in business for over 20 years. I, too, also am a graduate of a Century 21 real estate school back in the day. And, been loving the brand ever since. And now let me ask you, in terms of, you getting into the business and every year that I've known you, you've had consistent growth, which is awesome to see. How do you leverage, or I know you have a great community, you have a wonderful managing broker, Carol's amazing. How do you leverage mentorship, your team around you? You really have galvanized so well with the other agents in your office, such a strong connection. How does that help you, mentor you, coach you? How do you leverage all that to keep your energy and your focus to being a top agent?
Well, you have to kind of work with those people around you to learn things. I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it. Yes. When I first started, I had a particular mentor. She is no longer with us. She's just retired and she doesn't live here anymore. And she was just very strict and very stern. But I still to this day take pieces that I learned from her. And that's exactly how I feel about the people that we're working with right now. You have to learn from them and they learn from you. And hopefully that keeps everybody happy. Sometimes I don't like what they have to say and I will go elsewhere. But, I'll go for outside advice. But at the same time, these people have experience that I don't have. I took a long gap, so it's important for me to listen to them.
Yeah, that's a great outlook to have. So let's take a little bit of different spin here. I just had to, I would be remiss if I did not talk about your social media activity. I think it's an important discussion to have.
Okay.
I have long wanted to do some kind of curated gag reel.
Yeah.
I do not want to be tied up in the trunk or anything like that. I just want to let you know right now. But tell me, you have a lot of fun with social media.
We are. Yeah. I have a girlfriend. I have a girlfriend that I met through a deal who's another agent. And she's actually much younger than I am. And she was like, let's go. Let's do this. I'm like, okay, fine. I knew I needed to get onto the video. I needed to get onto the video train. Okay. Right. I was really struggling to do it.
Yeah.
I tend to let humor be my guide. So I appreciated her pushing me to do some of these really kind of, they're not horribly ridiculous, but ridiculous things. And I'm so glad that I let her talk me into it. She does them with me. And they have been, it's one of the best things I've done. I'm so glad that I've done it because we cannot become complacent just because we've been doing this for so long. We need to listen to just like I need to listen to those older people. You have to listen to the younger ones too, because they have really great ideas that could really help.
That's awesome. So having that sphere of influence and mastermind group that has diverse voices in it, is a powerful thing. Yeah.
And I love my social media stuff, and I have plans. I've got
I know you got plans.
I have a really great Ferris Bueller's Day Off plan. I bought the sweater. I just can't wait.
Wow. I can't wait. That is
awesome. Know it's gonna be so good.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Ferris Bueller. All right.
I know.
You heard it here.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Something great is afoot.
It's gonna be great. I think, and really sometimes with those videos, I think it's important. I actually very particularly picked Ferris Bueller's Day Off as a theme because I know in my sphere, all right, let's just say my neighborhood that I farm, that is a part of my sphere because this is where my kids went to school, and I know what our demographics are. So my point is to hit those people in my age range that loved Ferris Bueller, and it's going to resonate with them, and they'll watch.
Yeah.
They will.
That is awesome. I absolutely love it. Well, your social media is fantastic. And I think that what I love about your story is that, you know, you've been a successful agent and you realized that this is something you needed to do. It was outside of your comfort zone, because I know we talked about it as you started to get into it. And now you just have such great comfort in doing it. And I think that that's the message to our agents here, that it's okay to feel uncomfortable, and it's okay to have, you know, to stumble a little bit as you start something new. And that could be either videos, or it could be, you know, getting into a new price range, you know, moving up. I remember the first time that I broke $1 million price range. That was a big deal for me way back when, and it was a different transaction. The funny thing, it was actually the same transaction, same paperwork, same inspections, same thing. It's just another zero. But it's a mindset issue, and that's how we break through those barriers. So congratulations to you. So let's take a little bit of turn in our conversation. You are in the Schaumburg area in Chicago, Illinois. Tell us about your market. How are things? Is there scarcity with inventory, or what are you seeing out there?
Schaumburg in particular, we really do. We have low inventory, and you're depending on the property and pricing, you know, of course, because, you know, you see a lot of headlines and people talking about how, you know, it's becoming more of a buyer's market. I don't see that here in Schaumburg. We don't have the houses that we need. It's continued that way for the past 5 years. A good example is I put a property on 4th of July weekend. My clients were really, really worried. Now, honestly, I sometimes have a tendency to go on gut. Thank God people trust me on that sometimes. Yep. And I did sit and I pulled the numbers and I looked at all of the data from last year, 4th of July weekend. And I'm like, you know what? We didn't have any less contracts that week than we did the week and the month before. So we did have a little bit longer market time, but no less contracts. So I said, let's just do with it. Let's just do it. And over 4th of July weekend. So we went on the market on Wednesday. I went live with showings on Friday night. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I had 36 showings and we had 9 offers. And we went 60,000 over list and closed yesterday, 2 days ago.
Extraordinary.
Yeah. So we're in low inventory. Just be smart about your pricing and you should be great. Yeah.
Well, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
You've been on the top 21. At our company, we have our recognition every month of who the top 21 are, and it varies. You know, sometimes people are on the list, sometimes they're not. But you are on the list quite often, my friend, and it is a testament to your commitment. You know, it's easy for us to say, you know, this is a testament of your hard work, but it's really a testament of your determination and your commitment to your clients. And that's what I see. Every time I walk into your office, I see you locked and focused on service, serving your customer and serving their housing needs, which is inspiring because, you know, you're putting them first. And this is an example of that the career follows, the success follows. You don't have to think about the money up front. You think about the service and the work, and that's what you do. And we're just so proud of you. So
thank you.
You know,
and it's never for me. And I even got a little goosebumpy just now because it's never for me. Yeah, of course I want to make money. We all do. But it really does matter. And when things don't go well, I probably feel 1,000 times worse than when the opposite of when I'm happy about things going well. I did have one that they don't always go well. I had one this year that didn't go well, and it's been 2 months, and I'm just still, I know I have to let that go. That's just part of that emotion. I want to do
Yep.
anything I can for those people to make it better. So it's not about today and the money today. It's about 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now,
Yeah.
making sure people know that they can come back, and that I'll do what I can to take care of them.
Awesome. Well, we'll leave it there to being committed to making it better for people's lives. And that's what you do. Thank you so much. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
I can't wait to have you back on the podcast again because it's just laughs a minute with you. So
Yeah, I had this whole list. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got nothing.
you are amazing. So
Uh,
we'll definitely have you back on the show, and for those of you tuning in, we will have great stories like this with Kathy, and inspiring tales of success in real estate to come, just like this. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful
yep.
day.
Thank you.